All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome in. A couple announcements to begin the live with, but today we're going to be cross-listing with AutoPosher. After I put out the video today, the little short, I had a bunch of DMs, a bunch of questions about how AutoPosher works. So I figured I would go ahead and do a live just going over exactly how it works, show you guys from beginning to end. I'm going to actually list 15 items live. I already have them set up. So we're going to list those on eBay, and then we're going to download those in AutoPosher, and then we're going to cross-list them. So I figured this would be a good live to kind of show off how AutoPosher works. Do me a favor, if you're watching this on replay, make sure you say replay in the chat, give the live a thumbs up. It's a good live to come back to. If you're ever confused about how AutoPosher works, you can always come back to this live and ask questions, all that good stuff. I usually get back to you within like 24 hours after you ask a question on one of these older lives, so just bear with me. Real quick, I had a bunch of people throughout the day asking about Chris at Peak. He was able to get service today. He drove out, got service, and posted a video. So do me a favor, if you want to go support Chris, go to that video, go share it out, repost it, do all the stuff on Chris's video, anything you can think. Hit the like button. If you're on TikTok, repost the video. Try to get that video pushed out. He wants to do some pretty awesome things for people in his community, and we're definitely going to try to help out on our side too. So I reposted that video on all of my socials so you guys can see that. I don't think I did it on YouTube because I don't really know how to repost on YouTube. But if you go to my Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, I reposted that video, so you should see it if you're following me. But yeah, go support that video, go share it up, go like it up, drop a comment. Because yeah, you'll see in the video exactly what Chris is going through. It's pretty crazy where he is right now. So go support him. I would definitely appreciate it if you just go show him some love. Even if you can't donate, he does have donation links. If you watch the whole video, you'll understand what the donations are going to. But even if you can't donate, just like the video and share it out. Like the more shares a video gets, the better the video will do. So by you just hitting that share button and just putting it to your story post or whatever, the platforms will take that video and just launch it to everybody, which will be really good for Chris. So he's doing good. Again, go watch the video. He just put it out on his socials. I posted it on my socials. We're texting back and forth. He's able to text, but where he is, he's not able to get like reception enough to like send out videos and things like that. So right now, yeah, he can only text back and forth until he gets to a hotspot location, and that's how he posted that video today. So yeah, go support him, and we'll definitely be. We got some plans to help him out and get his videos pushed out and help his cause and all that stuff. So you guys will see that here in the near future. But again, go support that video if you can. All right, down to business. We're going to be cross-listing again with AutoPosher. Like I said, I put out a video earlier today. I had a bunch of DMs flood in like right after the video because people are like, how does this work? How are you able to share your closet and not have your computer running? How are you able to send out offers? How does cross-listing work? Because I can only put so much in that short form video. But I do have a full video. It's on YouTube. It's an older video, so AutoPosher looks a little different right now than it used to. Like, I think cross-listing started in April. So that video kind of looks different. So I figured I would do like a refresher video. I used to do these like once every month or 2 months where I would do a cross-listing live. I'll probably bring these back like once a week so I can answer questions about AutoPosher. Again, she did increase the discount code today. So if you were interested, you now get 15% off your first month if you use code KWayShop at checkout. So go check that out. Links in the bio, all that good stuff. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to cross-list some items over from eBay. I'm going to share my screen. If you're watching on Instagram, by the way, I have you guys full screened. I know this isn't like a good look for Instagram, but it's the only way I could fit the whole screen on the phone and be able to show it. I know it's kind of scrunched, so just bear with me. If you can't see it on Instagram, hop over to Facebook or hop over to YouTube or hop over to Twitter, because I'm live on Twitter too, even though nobody goes on Twitter. Hop over to one of those platforms and you'll be able to see the full screen. I'm also not going to be able to see your comments very much while I'm on, because I got to go back and forth between Instagram, but I'll try to remember to pop back and forth. Like I got some people over on IG. Happy birthday, Joey. Yes, we had a good birthday for Joey. Went to the park. He had a good time at the park. That's all he wanted to do is go to the park. AutoPosher versus Vendu. I think you meant Vendu. The only thing Vendu currently has that AutoPosher doesn't have is a way to track your sales within AutoPosher, but she is coming out with that within the next 2 weeks to a month. So basically, AutoPosher will have everything Vendu has. Vendoo does not have a Posh bot though. Does not have a Posh bot. So AutoPosher has a Posh bot. Let me show that really quick before we cross list. I probably should have done this first. Let me just explain how AutoPosher works. So this is the AutoPosher main page. This is what you're going to see when you have the basic version without the cross lister. You're going to be able to share your listings, send out offers, and delist, relist. That's another thing that Vendoo doesn't have, like automated delist, relist while your computer's not running. You have to tell Vendoo to delist and relist. With AutoPosher, you don't have to. So you have the share tool right up here. This is how many shares I've done today. Again, my computer's been off all day. I've been hanging out with Joe Bro. It's his birthday. So this is how much work that AutoPosher has done for me today. And I haven't had to touch it. I haven't even looked at this except for this morning when I was showing it off this morning. So 2,800 shares, some party shares in there, some community shares, and I got 9 relists on Poshmark, 37 offers, and 40 followers on Poshmark. That's all done from AutoPosher's automation tool. I've sent out 56 offers on eBay, and I've recreated 88 items on eBay. All that means is AutoPosher took down the listing, created a brand new listing with all the same exact information, which makes eBay think I listed an item today. So eBay today thinks I listed 88 items, plus we're about to list 15 more items. So I have listed technically over 100 items today, and I haven't touched anything except for the 15 that we're about to list. Sent out 10 offers on Mercari. I've had 88 relists on Mercari. Again, crazy good. If you're relisting on Mercari, you're bumping your item from bottom of search to the top of search. Really important. If you have ever sold on Mercari, you normally have to do this by hand, or you have to do the discount method where you have to give like a discount on your item to move it back up in search. With this, you don't have to. You just relist the item, keep the same price. You can also choose to relist it at a discount too if you want to do that. I just keep it at the same price. It bumps my item back to the top of search. And then on Depop, I've sent out 15 offers, no relist on Depop because I have my Depop set. I just started cross-listing to Depop, so a lot of my listings aren't old enough to be relisted yet. I only get about 100 relists a month right now on Depop. So that's everything AutoPosher has done in the background for me. Now the most important tool with AutoPosher, she released the cross-lister, and this is what the cross-lister looks like. You have all of your items in the columns where the items are listed. So when you see what I'm about to do, I'm about to go list 15 items on eBay. I'm going to drop them into AutoPosher. I'm going to sync them in, and then I'm going to cross list them from there. So you'll see how quick and easy that is. It's going to be a super simple process. I'm going to be answering questions and cross listing at the same time, and it's going to go by super fast because of that. So the name of the app is AutoPosher. Again, I have a link in my bio. If you sign up through the link, you get 15% off your first month. There's also, I believe it's a 7-day free trial. So you can sign up, use the free trial, and then if you like it, I know you're going to like it, you can use that 15% off code. So can I use this? What's up, Barry D? Mr. TikTok shop right there. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. 100%. Yeah, AutoPosher works when we're sleeping. This morning I woke up and had over 1,000 party shares before I even woke up and started my live. So I have so many issues with Vendoo. It does not always end listings. Number one complaint that I hear about Vendoo is the fact that it does not catch sales. AutoPosher not only catches sales, but another thing that AutoPosher does that Vendoo has trouble doing is when you have a multi-quantity listing. Meaning that on eBay, let's say you have 2 size large Polo Ralph Lauren shirts. So you have a quantity of 2. If you sell that, AutoPosher will know to pull down one of those items. So let's say you sold that item on Mercari, for example. It will change your listing to 1 quantity on eBay, and it will also take that item and relist it on Mercari for you, because Mercari you can only have a quantity of 1 on any item. So it will know to take that item and put it back on Mercari for you, so it is live, it is able to be sold. It will do that also on Poshmark as well. So if you have a quantity of 2 on eBay, quantity 2 on Mercari, or quantity 2 on Poshmark, and it sells on Mercari, it will drop the quantities on both eBay and Poshmark and then relist on Mercari for you. Something that Vendoo doesn't do, and it does that all in the background. I rarely ever have an issue with AutoPosher pulling down an item. I think that's only happened one time, and I believe the issue was I didn't authenticate my listing. I forget the name of it, but I didn't hit the orange button that says that item is live on AutoPosher, so that was more of my mistake. That's one thing I wish AutoPosher would adjust, but yeah, that's the only issue. But I hear that issue all the time with Vendoo users that their items sell and Vendu doesn't pull it down, and then you have a double listing. That's not good. All right. Can we explain credits? Yes, credits. So AutoPosher works similar to Vendu. You get so many credits per month, and once you reach that amount of credits, you can buy additional credits, and I think they're 1 penny each, and you can spend up to 500 at a time, I believe. So it's only $5 for an extra 500 credits. So it works just like Vendu. Every time you cross list, and I'll show that later, every time I cross list, I'm using a credit that I'm allotted, and I'm allotted I'm allotted 2,000 credits per month because I have the most expensive version. So I'm allowed 2,000 listings per month, which is pretty, I mean, that's enough for me. Even listing 20 to 30 per day, 5 days a week, I'm using pretty much all my 2,000 credits. And sometimes I have a couple extra left over. All right, let me list these really quick. So I'm just going to list all 15 of these items really quick. I've already checked them over and they're ready to go. So we're going to do like this, and then we're going to do resume drafts. We're going to list all of these really quick. Submit all, submit. So right now it's listing all of those items. It's done. Now all of those items are listed on eBay. Let's hop over and I'll show you guys that it's already listed on eBay, and then we're going to import those to AutoPosher. I did this morning. I am live streaming, so AutoPosher tends to work a little slower. My internet works a little slower when I'm live streaming. I'm trying to do multiple things at once. Typically it's a little bit faster when you're just doing it yourself. So 15 items. Now we're going to hop over to good old AP real quick. And all you have to do, for those of you who use List Perfectly, you are going to love this feature. Also, those of you who use Vendu, you are going to love this feature. Vendu, you can import all of your listings at once. So this works similar to Vendu, but with List Perfectly, you have to go in and tell it to download your eBay listings one by one. I mean, you could do multiple at a time, but that takes quite a long time to do. And then you got to move them over one by one. It opens up a new page for you. You're listing right on the platform. It's kind of a pain in the neck, right? With this, all you do is hit quick sync and you hit continue and you let it do its thing. This will run this morning. I think it ran for like 30 seconds. This might take a little bit longer because I'm doing 15 listings. But what AutoPosher is doing is using AI right now. It's scanning all of my platforms and verifying which items are listed on AutoPosher and which items are not listed on AutoPosher. So when you do your first sync, it will literally go through all of your platforms. It'll take quite a while. It'll take like 20 minutes to go through all of your platforms, pull all of your listings in, and it will group them all in the same line. It uses AI to do that. So it's a really, really cool function that AutoPosher has and that AutoPosher does as it's importing your listings. Yeah, you can bulk list your drafts as long as you have on eBay, as long as you have your shipping and stuff done. I typically do them all at once. I do them individually, but for this example, I just did them all together, so that way I can just show that I just listed all those items. So right now, as you see, it says 0 out of 15 synced. So it's going through, it's syncing those listings, and boom, the sync is done. So I don't know what that took, maybe a minute. We're gonna hit go to inventory, and you're gonna see all of these items that are brought in from eBay. Every single one of these were just brought in, and I can show you guys that again. Bring you back over to eBay really quick. Here's my active listings, and as you can see, those top 15 listings were just brought in. They're not in the same order, but they are brought in from eBay to AutoPosher. You can also list on AutoPosher if you want to. I always choose to list on eBay and bring it over to AutoPosher because it saves me a credit. And I have all my information correct on eBay, and that's where I make most of my sales. So I'd rather have my information correct over there. Let me make sure I don't have any questions over here. I'm gonna ignore Barry D at all costs. Have you sell at Amazon? No, I don't sell on Amazon. And yeah, AutoPosher is the name of the app. Sorry if I miss your questions over on IG. What I want you to do, if you're on IG, hop over to Facebook, hop over to YouTube, because I can see the chat on those. I have to open up a separate screen to see IG messages. All right, so let's go back. You're on AutoPosher right now, right? Yeah, you're on AutoPosher over here. And feel free to ask questions. If you guys are hanging out, feel free to ask. This is the best time to ask questions about AutoPosher and how it works and all that good stuff. So does it track how many AutoPosher sales were accepted that were sent out? That I don't know. I don't think it does. typically the way I know that an AutoPosher sale was accepted is it's going to be a 10% out offer. I don't send any offers out at all. So every time I see something that was listed for 25 and it sells for 22.49, I know that's an AutoPosher sale because again, I don't send out offers at all. AutoPosher does all of that for me. Yeah. All right, we're gonna list these. What I typically do is I go through all of Poshmark first, and then I go through all of Depop, and then I go through all of Mercari. Why I do it in that order, there's no rhyme or reason. I just like the way it looks when I'm going through and listing all of my items. It just looks better. So there we go. That's how simple it was to cross list that item from eBay to Poshmark. Now this one might be a little difficult because we'll see. Okay, it put them in women's bags. We have this as a men's in the men's category in eBay. I don't think that really makes a difference because it's a Patagonia bag. So I'm going to leave it in the women's category. You can change the categories over on the left side if it ends up being in the wrong category. But typically, every time it gets imported, it uses all eBay's information. So it should be 100% accurate. If you do your listings within AutoPosher, it will always be 100% accurate. It will never adjust your listings. It will always be 100% where it should be. So those are Sweaty Betty leggings. This is an item Kayla picked up. This is an IRO jeans. I have no clue what this is. And it is a women's size 36, which is a UK size. I'm just going to put in 36 like this and list it. There is no size 36 on Poshmark. That's why I didn't bring in the size over there for that item. Icebreaker. Kayla found this icebreaker top at Red, White, and Blue for $3.21. As you can see too, it brings in all of your custom SKU. You can add your cost of goods here. We keep our cost of goods in our SKU. Everything remains the same that was imported from eBay. That's what makes this so easy to do. And then you hit that button. I announced this morning. I don't know if she's announced this yet, AutoPosher herself, but she is going to make it to where you can list everything with one button. So you don't have to go through individually when you do this. It's going to make this 10 times easier. It's literally going to take a time that takes 15 minutes to cross list. It's going to bring that all the way down to like 5 minutes to cross list everything. So is this only for laptop? No, you can do it on your phone too. This is a web-based cross lister. So as long as you have a phone and you have internet, you can cross list anywhere. And again, all of the automation tools run in the background. So once you set them up, you don't need your device running. It will continuously delist and relist for you. It will continuously send out offers for you, does all that stuff. What happens if there's a brand isn't Johnny O doesn't come up with Mercari? So when that happens, Amanda, that's a good question. I just leave the brand blank because there is no Johnny O on Mercari. So AutoPosher knows that there's no Johnny O on Mercari, so there's no way to fill that out. Even if you were listing yourself, there would be no way to fill that out yourself. So yeah, I just leave that blank and I just list it as is. You'll see that with Cool. I think Cool is one of those brands on Depop that isn't in Depop for some reason. So I just list it and I don't put a brand in there. Does all the platforms have this same amount of categories within the listing? No. So sometimes you'll see that you have to adjust the category over here for like Depop or Mercari because AutoPosher, again, tries to put it into the best category for that listing, but sometimes it messes up a little bit. So you have to go in and fix it. It's just literally a click of a button. So for example, for this listing, this is a women's size 28. If, for example, if it imported this and it was a men's bootcut jean, all I would have to do is click this button right here and it changes the category for me. That's how easy it is. I just click that, changes the category. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess it up. But yeah, it's super easy. Yeah, Figs isn't on Mercari. Also, something that AutoPosher does that I noticed happened a lot on List Perfectly, and it's just specific brands that has this happen, is when you import brands like Ralph Lauren and Lululemon, Lululemon will always come up as lemon because it's trying to match as best as it can with the brand, and for some reason it always matches Lululemon with lemon, the brand lemon. So you have to adjust that, and then Ralph Lauren, it always gets brought in as Lauren Ralph Lauren. So you'll see that on my next listing, actually. Luckily, I have a Ralph Lauren piece here. And this isn't an AutoPosher issue. It's just an AI issue. List Perfectly did the same exact thing. Whenever I imported Ralph Lauren or Lululemon. So as you can see right here, even though my brand was Ralph Lauren on eBay, and even though it says Ralph Lauren up here, it comes in as Lauren Ralph Lauren. So all you have to do is just change this to Ralph Lauren really quick, and then hit list. Is it that big of a deal? No, but you do want to make sure you have the proper brand in your listing, because you don't want somebody buying it and then, you know, claiming that they bought the wrong item and blah, blah, blah. So you just change it really quick. Again, super simple. You just type in Ralph, it's going to pop up the brand, and then you're going to hit list, and it's done. It's listing. Let me check IG really quick once this gets listed, make sure I'm not missing any questions over there. It's just Barry D. Yeah, I'm not listening to Barry D. Patagonia. Men's Patagonia, this should come in perfectly fine. It's in the right category, right size, right brand. Hit list. Usually when I'm doing this, I'm doing it kind of slow for you guys so you guys can kind of see how the flow works. To be honest, I would probably be already done with Depop if I was cross-listing this myself. I just basically, this is how fast I do it. I go women's 12, high-rise jeans, list on Poshmark, and then hit done. But yeah, you guys can see how easy it is to cross-list. And as soon as she gets that sales tracker in and you're able to track your sales and it's imported, all that information, sales data is imported into AutoPosher, I don't see a reason why you would be using Vendu, List Perfectly, Prime Lister, One Shop, any of those platforms. They're all far behind AutoPosher at this point. That's why I'm pushing AutoPosher so hard, is because by far it's the easiest and the best platform to use. Is it one of the most expensive platforms? Yes, it is one of the most expensive, but the reason why something like Prime Lister is cheaper is because it's missing a bunch of parts that AutoPosher already has. So you're paying for a better service. So it's basically like paying for a Honda or paying for like a Mercedes Benz. you can't get the same stuff you can get. You can't get the same stuff you can get at the same price. Like it's better. It's better. That's why it's more expensive. But as you can see, everything's getting imported. Also with Depop, it brings in the proper weights like automatically. And Depop and Mercari are one of the ones that take the longest to list. I talked to her about this, and it's just simply because of how the platforms work and how they have listings themselves. They always take a little bit longer to list, even if you're doing it manually. So this BKE, it's not listed on Depop. There is no BKE, so I just take the brand out and then I just hit list, and I leave the brand blank. If somebody's looking for BKE, they will still come up in search. As long as they search for BKE, it should be good. Cool is the same thing. There is no cool on Depop, so you can't put in cool as a brand. There is Athleta though. This is put properly. It's a hoodie, put in the hoodie section, size large, and it is listed at a 2-pound rate. So that's why you get that large is a 2-pound rate on Depop. Yeah, you don't buy cheap tools if you're a master mechanic. Same instance, exactly. And that's like one of the number one gripes. Number one gripes with people is they don't have a way to track sales, which I get. All the other platforms right now have a way to track sales, and AutoPosher's coming out with that. So once that's come out, it's going to be good to go. But the price, that's the other thing. There's so many people out there that say that they use Flip because Flip is cheap, and I'm like, well, I hear so many people have issues with Flip because it's cheap. They don't put a lot of money back into their service, and AutoPosher definitely does. Hey, they actually have this brand on Depop. I'm surprised. And they have the right size on Depop. Let's go. Easy peasy. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If not, I'm just going to keep listing, making it super easy. I think you guys get the idea of how easy this is to cross list. Even right here, it's a Patagonia bag. It is put in the right category, men's accessories, Patagonia. It's put in the right weight class. You could literally just scan through that listing and hit list on Depop in the bottom right hand corner. A lot of these brands, from how long I've been using AutoPosher, I already know that everything is going to be correct. So I just simply scroll, do a quick scan of this line right here, and then this right here. Everything else should be exactly correct, and you can put that in. I don't do the worldwide shipping on Depop because I don't ship worldwide on Depop. I can only imagine how many more offers I would accept and not get payment for on Depop if I did that. Also with Vendu, you have to employ Flip for sharing. Yes, 100%. With Depop, they don't have an automation tool for sharing, which I don't understand how Vendu doesn't have a share tool yet. I think that's like the number one thing that people ask for is a share tool. AutoPosher already has that. Did you say you could create your listing directly on AutoPosher? Yes, there's a listing spot. You can create a listing on AutoPosher. There's also AI. So with AutoPosher, you have two types of credits. You have smart credits, and then you have your regular listing credits. I don't use the smart credits because I don't do background removal and I don't do AI for my listing. But if you decided that you wanted AI to do your entire listing for you, you press one button, it puts all the information, it basically just looks at your listing, it looks at your brand tags, and it knows exactly what the item is, and then it lists it. This one's gonna, I should put this as one size because there's no size 36. But yeah, you create your listing in AutoPosher. If you want to use the AI, you can. Otherwise, you just do the same exact setup as you would on eBay. You would import your photos from your phone or your computer right into the listing, and then you can list it. And she's going to make it to where when you do that, you can cross list to all 4 platforms after. So basically how it's going to look is you're going to have a setup just like this. And at the bottom, it's going to say list to, I think it's going to say list to all platforms. And then right here, it's going to say 4 for your credits. And then you're going to hit list and it's going to go to all platforms at the same exact time. Currently on a different platform, how difficult do you think it would be to switch up all your current listings? So, Manda, were you here in the beginning of the live when I showed how to import listings? Were you here when I did that? Because if you were, that's basically how easy it is to import your listings. I think you were. You were here right when I started, right? Athleta, size large. Yes. Okay. So if you rewatch the beginning of live, you're going to see that it's going to say quick sync and then it's going to say a full sync. The full sync is going to basically scan all of your Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Depop for all of the listings, and it's going to bring them in all at once. And then what it's going to do is it's going to use AI to determine where the listing should be on the line. So again, it's using AI. Very rarely does it mess up where the item is, but when it messes up, it's going to look similar to this. Watch, it's going to look like this. You're going to have something that looks like this where the AI thinks this is a separate listing, and all you have to do to put this in the correct row is just drag it and drop it, and now it's in the correct row. Now AutoPosher knows that when this item sells, to delist on all platforms. So again, if you see something like this when you do your sync, you're literally going to take the item, bring it down to the row, tell AutoPosher that's the same item. AutoPosher brings it right up for you, makes it look nice and pretty. Has access to all your platforms. Yes, you can either give AutoPosher your passwords, or there is a Chrome extension where you don't have to give the passwords. It can be passwordless, and it basically just asks you to open the platform. It will take the extension, and now the extension is just reading your platform at all times. If you do use the extension though, sometimes like when they do updates on Mercari and Depop and Poshmark, not so much eBay, but Mercari, Depop, and Poshmark, it'll log you out. And I actually use the extension. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can't see it on the screen, but I have the extension in the top right hand corner. I have to log in back into Mercari about once every 2 months. So, and AutoPosher will send you an email that your platform has been disconnected and that you have to come back in and reconnect it. Otherwise, it can't share or anything like that. So again, if you use AutoPosher and you put the passwords in and everything, you'll be perfectly fine. AutoPosher should never disconnect. And again, even if it does, it's just going back in and adding, logging back into your platform on whatever, trying to think, whatever device you're using. So you can reconnect on the go if you're using your phone too. You don't have to wait till you get home and use the computer. You just log in on your phone. It doesn't read apps, so you got to do it on the browser and not on the app. I'm trying to think. Thinking is hard tonight. I'm tired. We were playing at the park for like an hour, running around with Joe, bro. He got so many freaking toys today. It's ridiculous. That kid has hundreds of toys. He is a spoiled little kid, that's for sure. But yeah, we're almost done. As you can see, this is how easy it is. Again, if I wasn't talking and going back and forth between tabs, I would probably have been done about 10 minutes ago, cross-listing 15 items. And again, when she comes out with the way to cross-list everything with a touch of one button, it's going to be a game changer. The fact that you can just like hit a button and cross-list is going to be amazing. Yeah, it'll take you 5 minutes to cross list 15 items to 4 platforms, which just opens yourself up to more sales. This one is a size 12. There is no such thing as a size 12 on Mercari. I don't know why. There's no such thing as a size 12. Mom didn't put in the measurements. I have no clue what a size 12 is. So I'm just going to put one size and hope the buyer reads the title. If this was a men's item, I'd be able to tell, but this is a women's item. I have no clue what the comparable size is to a size 12. And that's it. Everything is cross-listed. We just listed 15 items. So I've technically done, what is that, 60 listings today? All from Auto Posher. It took me 15 minutes. If you have a bigger business and you have employees, this is something you can easily teach your employees to do. You can basically tell your employees, hey, once we list the items, take 15 minutes and cross-list those 15 items for me really quick. And they can easily do it because Auto Posher is super easy to learn. Cargo jeans do you sell? I don't pick up Carhartt very often anymore. Reason being is they're in TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, Burlington. So price of Carhartts have gone down significantly since they started doing that. It's been like the last 2 years Carhartt has taken a big hit. Mercari sizes are dumb. Yeah, they also don't have like a size. They don't have like a size 16 and a half on Mercari. So like if you're listing number sizes, you have to like use the comparable small, medium, large, which I don't know why. Like the dress shirts, some dress shirts only have number sizes. Why Mercari hasn't added those in yet? No sense. No sense. What's up, Surfs? So yeah, that's everything that I have for you guys today. That's like a little quick Auto Posher tutorial guide. I'll give the pricing really quick because I'm sure at the end of this live somebody's going to ask about pricing. How do I do that really quick? Oh, I hit there. Pricing. This is the pricing tool, so you know which one to pick. This is how it works. If you just want automation, automation's on the left-hand side. It's 35 bucks a month. With automation, you do not get the cross-listing and you do not get sales detection. So just understand, if you have the $35 plan, you get all of the automation, but not those two things. Don't get the cross-lister. You also don't get the inventory function as well. So you don't get the inventory manager. You just get cross-listing. You just get basically the first page of Auto Posher, which is this. You'll just get this. That's it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Pricing wise, if you just want the automation, cool. If you're on Vindu, buy that and you'll have the you'll have the sharing and all that stuff. If you want the cross listing, just the cross listing but not the automation, if you're don't have a big enough store and the automation doesn't make sense and you don't use Poshmark, you just use eBay and Mercari, then you can just go with the cross listing. They have the $39.99 plan, which gets you 750 credits per month. If you want 2,000 credits per month, it's $59.99. Again, that gets you 2,000 credits and 500 smart credits. If you want the bundle plan, which is going to save you money, you can pay $69.99 a month. That gets you 750 credits and it gets you the automation tool. So you get the cross listing and automation for 70. That's like the most bought plan. From what I understand, everybody's buying this plan. If you have a larger store and you're listing as much as we are every single day, if you're listing 15 to 30 items per day, you might consider doing the $89.99 plan, which gets you 2,000 credits. But just do the math. Figure out if you only list 10 items a day and you're going to cross list those to like all 4 platforms and you're going to download them in from one platform, you're using 30 credits per day. So just do the math and figure out that's 900 credits per month if you cross list every single day of the month. If you don't cross list on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then the $69.99 plan should work out for you. But if you need more credits, you can always upgrade to the next plan. Also, if you upgrade to the next plan and let's say you need 3,000 credits, every credit after 2,000 is only 1 penny. So you can buy another 1,000 credits for 10 bucks. Super easy. But that's how the pricing works over there. And yeah, I think that's all that I have for Auto Posher. Let me go back to the inventory function right there. And appreciate you being here, Dora. Again, I made an announcement in the beginning of the live about Chris. Chris put out a video today. Make sure you go check out that video. Go support Chris all you can because right now he's in a tough situation. And you'll see from the video like how bad it is in his area. I actually got to text him back right after this live because he texted me during the live. So he's in a rough. He's like right in the war path of where the hurricane hit and flooded. So again, go watch the video. You'll understand. Whatnot show this weekend, so go check out that. We have two Whatnot shows, Friday, Saturday. Also, I put out a post on story post. I don't know if a lot of you saw it, but right now Whatnot's doing a promo where if basically you can get my the $15 credit, you can get that with the link in my bio, and they cover your first shipping, your first order shipping cost up to $25. So I have hats. I have Tommy Bahama hats in my Whatnot right now. These Tommy Bahama hats, I have a bunch of these and a bunch of Carhartt hats, brand new with tags. If you go on Whatnot and you get that free $15 credit, you have to be a new user. Sign up, you get $15 for free. Buy one of those hats. They cover your shipping, which means these hats you no longer have to pay shipping for. They are 100% free if you go through the link in my bio. I'm probably going to put out a post tomorrow because, I don't think a lot of people saw my story post. But I have limited quantities on Carhartt hats and Tommy Bahama hats. And again, they're 100% free. Literally 100% free. So go download Whatnot. If you've already downloaded Whatnot, you've already bought something, you don't get this promo. It's only for new users. Basically free Tommy Bahama and Carhartt hats. So go check it out. What's your code again? Code is KWay Shop. So all you have to do is type in KWay Shop. I also have links in all of my bios. Just click that link. I'll probably also comment on all of these lives, my promo code, like my link, so you can just click the link. But yeah, go to my link tree in my bio or use code KWay Shop at checkout. You get 15% off your first month of Auto Posher. Remember, there's also a free trial too, so use that free trial. I think it's a week or 5 days, something like that. Use the free trial and still put in the code, because after you finish the free trial, you then get to use a $15 credit as well too. Which platform do you guys use the most? Which is the most successful flows between Poshmark, eBay, Depop, and Whatnot? For us, between eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop, eBay is the best. When it comes to eBay and Whatnot, we are literally neck and neck. eBay and Whatnot. Here, I'll show you guys. I'm one of those people. I don't care. I'll share my numbers. Let me see. Platforms. Actually, Whatnot's took over eBay again. Here's my numbers, chat. Most resellers won't do this. I will do it. I don't care. Total eBay sales for this year, $91,869. $9,000. That's total eBay sales. Here's Poshmark. Here's Mercari. Here's socials. Here Depop. Socials is just us selling directly to you guys. If you guys ever see something you like, we always take PayPal, and it just makes it easier. And then Depop sales. If we go monthly totals, this is Whatnot right here. Whatnot's done $120,502. Now, when I say that, we've made more profit on eBay than we have on Whatnot. And the simple reason is most of our items that are sold on Whatnot, we only make a 30% margin on after fees. So you have to take about 10% off of that 120 and then take 30% of that, and that's how much profit we've made on Whatnot. With eBay, our profit's way higher because we're buying stuff for $5 to $10 and selling it for $35 to $50. So you have way better margins on that. You have, over 100, 200% ROI, whereas Whatnot's only 30%. We don't have any money spent on that stuff because a lot of that stuff is consignment. So it's a completely different business model. We're always going to have bigger numbers on Whatnot than we have on eBay. But the profit at the end of this year probably will be very similar, and we'll probably have twice as much sold on Whatnot than we do on eBay. Again, two completely different business models. So I hope that answered your question, and you guys get to see a little bit inside the numbers, inside the business right there. But I'm gonna head off. I think Surf's hopped in because they want me to go play Call of Duty here in a little bit, so I'm gonna hop off. You guys helped me do my listings for today, so that's checked off the daily book. And yeah, I'll be live. I probably won't be live tomorrow morning because we're going sourcing tomorrow morning. But I'll be live Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be live on Facebook and YouTube, and List It. We'll be live there, live thrifting. So if you've never seen us live thrifting before, go check out that live. Again, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be live at our favorite thrift store, getting some goods and hanging out with you guys. So appreciate